Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Masterverse Faker from the Masters of the Universe Revelations cartoon. Now, take a look at the front. We can see that the figure is showcased in a large-scale window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see a really cool image of Faker, and at the bottom, all the other characters from this lineup. And if we take a look at the right, we can see a short bio for Faker. So if you want to read that bio, go ahead and pause it now. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Masterverse Faker. Now, like a lot of you may know me online, I am a giant Faker fan. That's my boy, that's my all-time favorite Masters of the Universe character. So I was so stoked to see him in the Revelations cartoon, which I absolutely love. Cannot wait for the last 5 episodes. I hope Faker does make a comeback. So I had to have this. I have a huge Faker collection, so this is one that was definitely going to be in my collection here. So the figure itself looks really cool. Now, I don't have, honestly, many of the Masterverse figures. I only have Skeletor and Battlecat right now. This is my 3rd figure from this line, so I don't have a whole lot to compare it to. So sadly, I can't compare it to the standard He-Man, but everything else looks really good. I'm assuming this is the exact same harness that's with the He-Man figure. The colors look awesome here. Now, of course, I do wish it would come in that blue skin version, so hopefully down the line, maybe as some type of exclusive, we just get a blue He-Man with orange armor and stuff. I think that'll be really cool. I know that's not accurate to the cartoon, but still, hopefully as a toy variant, I hope we do get that. But I love how this looks, and I really enjoyed how they decided to make him blue, where they gave him this almost like metallic bluish metal armor or body to give it that still like bluish tone. So I love how they did that. The head sculpt looks really cool too. I do dig how they did the split face right there, kind of showing his robotics under his skin, which looks really nice with the red eyes. Again, that skin tone, the metal, all look awesome. What I do love that, like how they showed like the peeling skin back. I originally thought this was just gonna be maybe a repainted version of the He-Man figure to make it painted to look like the skin's peeling back, but nope, that's actually sculpted on there. All that is actually sculpted skin burning off like that. It looks really, really cool, and I was really happy and surprised to see that, because again, I thought it was just going to be painted on, but nope, that's all actual sculpted details. So that looks really cool to me, and I love how that turned out. Everything else, again, I'm assuming is exactly the same as a standard He-Man. None of that metal sculpting on the legs. I wish it would have carried down to the lower torso, but it's not bad. I still like it a lot. It looks really, really good. I love how there's texture on the boots with like a wash on there, the big fluffy boots like that. The gauntlets look really, I love this gauntlet, how it looks, how they made it like a little more oversized. I really do dig that. So yeah, man, I know not everyone is a big fan of these designs. I personally love them. I know I've heard a lot of people talk about the proportions. I don't have those issues with the proportions. I think they look really good. They're a little more like the anime, and I think what it is that we're so used to Masters of the Universe figures being ridiculously out of proportion, where they're just huge, super muscular, I mean ridiculously buff, and that was kind of the whole idea with the vintage toy line that kind of just carried on over the years. So when you see something a little more like this, it kind of throws you off because you're used to seeing these figures in a completely different way. I like both ways, so I don't have a problem with it. And I've heard people say that the heads are a little too small. I don't think so. I mean, maybe it could be a tiny bit bigger, maybe. But I think this looks really good still. So again, I'm super happy with this. I mean, I will own any Faker I possibly can. Super excited about this piece. All right, now let's talk accessories, shall we? So we do get interchangeable hands. You got this more open palm hand with the fingers flared out. You got a gripping hand for the right and a gripping hand for the left, as well as a closed fisted hand for the right as well. So for throwing those He-Man punches, it's really cool. You do got interchangeable heads, so you got the one that comes like this with the metal exposed like that. You got a more standard He-Man head like this without the flesh being ripped off, so that's pretty cool too. I know the eyes are red on this, but maybe you could put this one on the standard He-Man if you want to. So I do like the option of doing that. My camera can actually focus, so that looks really awesome. Love the way that looks. And then we also get the actual metal head, it's not TMNT, but the robot head, if you will. I think that looks awesome too, man. The colors look great. Then that nice metallic bluish color with the red eyes looking awesome. I think that's so cool how that turned out. Love the fact that we got all three heads for this figure right here. Now I will note that the heads are a little tricky to put on and off here. That ball joint is, or the ball, I guess the hole is a little tight, so it does take some getting used to, and you can get them on there like that. So you can get them on there like that, and I think they look really cool too, so I dig how that looks. I know it's also really nice. We can take off this harness right here. It just kind of unpegs, you know, pretty much almost like the vintage figures. I like that a lot. Take that off. I'm just gonna peel it over like so, because it's kind of just easier this way. At least I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna have so much problems with this on video, but yeah, here's what it is, like that, and that's pretty cool. So you can see how he is without the armor on. I do wish he had the chest computer. That would have been amazing, you know what I mean, to show the chest computer on there. I don't know, maybe I could get a custom decal and put that on there if I want to, but I still think that looks really, really awesome. So I'm actually gonna take this head off again here, and then we actually do get the orange Skeletor armor, which is, you know, more known for Faker, and especially in the toy lines. We could put that on there like that, and it just straps on. If you have any of the Skeletor figures, you just peg it on back there, but you can see how it looks on the figure. And I'll go ahead and put this head back on, and you'll see pictures with all this stuff later on, but I think that looks really cool too, man. Really happy to see how that looks. Again, seeing the orange armor, it doesn't look all that proper with this particular figure, which makes me want just a straight up blue Faker, you know what I mean? So we can have the orange armor and stuff like that. I think that would be really, really cool. So I'm gonna take that off, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put this standard He-Man armor back on like so. Like that, and here, and hit that back in like that, and then where's that head at? I put this one back on. We'll just have the figure like that for the rest of the review. Okay, so we also do get the He-Man shield. This is awesome too. I dig the way this looks. And correct me, I don't have the standard He-Man. Are the slots are here in the shield orange on the standard He-Man, or are they red? So I don't know if they did this orange for Faker or not, so feel free to let me know in the comments. But I do like it, and it slides on there pretty good. What I've noticed, and it will fit, but I've noticed, you know, I've had to take off this larger gauntlet and then, you know, slide the shield on to fit better. You can do it with this. It's just a pretty tight fit, but it'll hold on either way, so it works out really, really nice. And then, of course, you gotta have the power sword done in the orange color, which is super dope. I love how this turned out. I love with the silver blade, the brown handle looking really awesome, and I love the style of how they did this in the cartoon and in the toys. I think it works out really, really nice. And actually, let me get this right here. Again, I don't have He-Man, but I do have Skelegod, and Skelegod does come with the standard power sword, so you can see the difference right there. I think that's really cool. I love the design, man. I think it's so cool, so I really dig that. Glad they did it in orange, and then you can just hold that nice and tight in the hand right there, and there you go. Really freaking awesome, man. I am loving this piece. Again, I don't really have many of the Masterverse figures, but getting this one in hand really makes me want to pick up some more. I'm really looking at that Spikor and the upcoming Fisto and stuff like that, so really excited about this. Alright, so now let's run down the articulation here. So the head's on a ball joint, rolls around decently, does turn left and right, up and down a tiny bit. I wish they would put a disc hinge in there as well so we can look up more and down more. But you know, I think it would benefit greatly from an actual disc hinge. Arms can go full 360 like so, up and out to that far, rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, but since this guy's pretty buff, you're not going to get probably about past 90, so that's really about it. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get a ball peg in the torso here, so that kind of rolls around, does rotate a little bit, it crunches back and forth a decent amount. I do get a waist cut like that, so it does swivel left and right. Hip joints can kick forward about that far, back about that much, splits all the way out that far. That's really nice. We got rotation in that upper thigh. We got double jointed knees that bend very nicely, so that's really good. We have a boot cut, so that rotates. Ankles go up, down, and a really sweet ankle rocker. So overall, man, I am so happy with this. Again, I love Faker, my favorite Motu character of all time. I've actually considered getting the Faker tattoo soon, so we'll see where that goes. But man, I love the fact seeing him on the cartoon was just fantastic. I love how they did the metal skin, giving that bluish hue to it to make it look like the, you know, the vintage toy a bit. I love this so much. I do hope we still get a blue version, man. That's a real big hope of mine as a variant. I think that'd be really cool. But still, I think he's awesome. I love how he turned out, and in my opinion, he is definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Masterverse Skeletor and Classics Ultimate Faker. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Masterverse Faker. Now, one thing I will let you guys know, that you can price match this figure to its online pricing, which is actually cheaper than it is ringing up in stores, so try that out, and hopefully that'll help you guys out. But overall, this figure I think is really freaking cool, man, and that's probably me just being biased because I love Faker so much. I think he's just such a great character. I absolutely love how they designed him and how they made him appear in this new cartoon, giving him that almost bluish metallic underskin, which is really awesome to me. I love the fact that his flesh is actually sculpted and peeling off, and where I thought it was just going to be painted differently. So I'm really surprised and really stoked that they even did that. The articulation works very well. I wish it was a little bit better head articulation. I think would benefit greatly from a disc hinge. I think that would be awesome. But again, I absolutely love the proportions. I know a lot of people don't like them. I think they're great. I think they suit what the anime is. I love his sword. I love the interchangeable heads. And again, I do like that orange armor, but I can't help but feel it would look better on a proper blue version of this character. So hopefully, again, down the line, they give us a blue version of this Faker, because I think that would be so cool. I would buy that up in a heartbeat. I think it's so much fun. Love this character, love this figure, and I think he would look awesome in any of your collections. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.